Hello, hello, hello. You're tuning into another episode of The Wunderkind Show. Today's second topic, look, Lamar Jackson press conference, unanimous MVP by the media. Look. It's actually funny, right? Just the other day, what did I say on this channel? I had said, some of the people, some of the biggest detractors of Lamar Jackson was some of the Raven media, right? But I've always tried to make sure that this one word echoed out from the beginning of the season all the way to the beginning of the playoffs and hopefully to the Super Bowl and to the end when we win it. And that's undeniability. Yeah, listen, we've heard this already. Y'all know I ain't joking, right? When we started this season, I said that word will be a word that will be used multiple times throughout this year. And know what we've seen? We've seen Lamar. We've seen Todd Monken. We've seen this offense. We've seen this team become undeniable. Make no mistake about it. And look, I'm laughing and liking all of this because, look, this is hard. This is hard-earned, adulation. Like, nothing was given to this brother. Nothing. If he would have failed, they would have had a absolute jamboree. But being able to fight through the ridicule, the side eyes, the misrepresentation of himself and his family, and also still being the leader and stepping up to be an even more vocal leader, I think has put this Ravens team in a whole other mindset. So what I'm going to play some clips from the interview that he put on, and then we're going to break down some of the stuff that he said, all right? So without further ado, let's get this party started.
It was unanimous, but I know as much as this individual will say he didn't do it alone, I think it's pretty clear the Ravens wouldn't be in the spot they're in right now as the number one seed heading into the postseason without his spectacular play over the course of the season. So I have a hunch he might get a few more honors over the course of the next few weeks, but the 2023 Ravens MVP, as voted by the local media, is Lamar Jackson.
Of course it is. Has to be. Has to be. It has to be.
Thank y'all. It's an honor. I appreciate y'all so much, man. Y'all mean a lot to us, in the community. So I just want to thank y'all.
Nice that it's unanimous, so you don't have to ask which one of us didn't vote for you.
I appreciate that. That's a lot. That means a lot, man. That's love. I appreciate that.
Well, what's your focus this week?
Just getting better. We had a couple of days off, but, just getting back in the swing of things. Just staying loose, staying prepared for the game, next week. That's all, just staying focused on that. Small things, clean up details and stuff like that.
How you celebrated your birthday?
I just hung out with my family. That's all I did, and I enjoyed it. Yeah.
That thing you've talked about, not looking ahead, staying zeroed in on the moment. Do you think you're better at that today than you were when you're 22, 23 years old?
Yeah, just from experience, though. That's why I say I'm better at it now. Probably when I was 22, it was like, I'm just going to stay locked in. But you 22 years old, you still got so much to see, even at 27.
Yep.
But just how things went before, and me seeing different things, that's what's got me so laser locked down.
Maturity.
How about your impressions of Dalvin Cook, now teammate?
Awesome. 9-5-4-3-05 combination going on, Miami, Brown County. I'm really excited, I was happy about the situation. I reached out to him before the season, with the little Jets and, when he was signing with Jets or whatever before then. But, God works in mysterious ways.
In mysterious ways.
Now, so that's dope.
Lamar, many of the 4 playoff homes that you have and the league before, you started even scouting ahead, or is it sort of like, hey, when things shake out and learn about how these things start beginning that process?
Yeah, absolutely. When things, kick off and we see who we're going to play, then I'll just be locking in from there. And I don't want to just be watching film on teams and we're not going to be playing them. I don't want my mind racing and stuff like that, trying to stay locked in on what's going on now.
He got his mind right, money right, ready for war. Look, I'm laughing also about this Dalvin Cook thing because remember when they said, Dalvin Cook's available, we had a whole plethora of Raven fans like always, we have Melvin Gordon. We don't need no Dalvin Cook. For everyone that thought that believed that double clap, you know you were wrong again. I have a feeling Dalvin Cook is going to make one of the biggest plays this in the playoffs, and I think a lot of people are going to sit there and be like, "Man, we're so glad we got him." Look, you could tell he's chomping at the bit. He wants it, right? I think the biggest difference between Lamar now and Lamar then is he's not pressing as much. I think that's the biggest difference between 2019 Lamar and 2023 Lamar, right? When you look at 2019 Lamar, he was the definition of a playmaker. But when you're that high level of a playmaker, you're always looking on making the big play. And I think what he's doing more now is just taking what the defense gives him. He's not saying, look, we got to get a 30-yard pass on this or a 30-yard run on this or a 50-yard catch on this or something of that effect. He's like, all right, I can just check it down right there. Bing. Make a play. Bing. Make a play. And what it's doing is it's keeping him more upright. It's allowing his teammates to contribute more. And it's taking a lot of the burden of the offense off of his back, even with all the injuries, even with all of the missing running backs, even with all of the drop passes. It's taking a lot of all of that weight that was on his back off. That's why I'm saying, that's why I felt so good about this year. Sitting down with him, being like, y'all gotta understand, it's one thing to talk about a player. It's another thing to speak from what you've already talking to him about. That's why, shout out to Ing Raven, that's my guy, being able to do that with Ing Raven, asking him certain questions on camera, off camera, seeing his demeanor, seeing where his mind is at, watching the laughs, watching the smiles. You know what I'm saying? You get a grasp. You're like, man, he really is locked in. Like, words it can't put it into words. If y'all don't believe me, the next video that Ing Raven does, go to his channel and be like, bro, Nitro was saying how when you and him got to interview Lamar, how he was just chomping at the bit from then. Like, he was locked in heavy from then. Ask Ing Raven if you think I'm lying. Ask him. He gonna be like, yeah. His eyes. You can see, bro, listen. If you were ever an athlete, as an athlete, sometimes you get locked in, you're locked in. You could see the literal embers burning behind his eyes. When the conversation shifted from laughs to the Super Bowl, you could see the fire literally gaining energy and power behind his eyes. He was like, yeah, I want it all. I want it all. And I think the biggest thing is Lamar is so unique, right? And he's so explosive that it's hard, right, to figure out how to run the tightrope with a player like that. And look, I'm not saying that because the Ravens did not do a great job starting out with it. I'm going to be real with you. They could have done so much more. But my thing is, when you're the playmaker and the weapon that Lamar is, on top of being the quarterback, it's such a fine line you have to rope. You think about it. There were parts in the season where everyone's like, run, right? And we're looking at him like, bro, just run. And he's like, no, I got to stay in this pocket. I got to deliver this ball. And then you see how that evolution started to, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I see why he's staying in the pocket even longer now, doing whatever it takes to try to get the ball down the field. The big plays started happening. The big pass plays, guys getting it and just giving you absolute yak. And you're like, oh, I get it. So that's what I mean. That's what I meant by maturity. Lamar's always been crazily talented. He's always had a cannon of an arm. He's always been able to play quarterback at a higher level. The man won an MVP unanimously with 36 passing touchdowns. That's why I laugh. You know what I'm saying? People be like, oh, yeah, he's, No, it's time. It's viewpoint. You don't look at life the same way you did when you were 19, when you were 25 years old. If you are, something's mentally wrong with you. You don't. Priorities change. Priorities shift. Your viewpoint becomes more diverse. You look at things from a little more mature standpoint. People that you were like, yo, they just did something to me. You might look at them like, man, I understand why they did what they did. Or you being like, yo, I hate that person, man. So like someone punch him in the face, like, man, just let that man go about his life. I got my life to live. Maturity sets in. And what I think what Lamar is, the maturity side of Lamar is also is that there's not much you could throw at him that he hasn't seen now. Remember, Lamar and this offense is played differently than they play them differently than any other offense in the league. Defenses I'm speaking of, right? So it's so much to like. You're like, yo, I never seen this cover. What kind of coverage is this, right? But there's nothing he hasn't seen. That's where the maturity comes in. When I look at Lamar Jackson from 2019 to now, you know what I get? I get a guy that has now seen everything that they could possibly throw at him, right? And I see a guy that looks to take what the defense gives him. He has figured out how to blend his explosive weapon, like War Machine style of play with I gotta take what the defense gives me. Live to fight another down. You know what I mean? So that's what I got out of this interview. That's what we got moving forward. I loved it. You know, they've been on fire with the interviews between his with Tom Brady, and now the one with the press conference with the Ravens. I love it all. You know what I'm saying? But what do you guys think? Do you guys see the maturity from Lamar? Do you see where there's been the growth in certain areas, or are you of the mindset like me where it's just like it was an age thing, right? It was a maturity thing. Like, yo, he's seen everything now. You can't, you know what I'm saying? He's seen it all. So now he can process things at a lot different pace and a different wavelength than he did before because there's nothing new you can throw at him. But let me know what you think down in the comment section, please, because like I said, I'm excited, right? You can see the way I'm talking. I'm chomping at the bit to see how well we do. You know what I'm saying? But as always, that's an episode of the Wunderkind Show. Thank you for watching. You know how we get down. We have fun and we laugh. But everything we talk about rooted in what? Facts and truth. Please do remember, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment. You know the comments. And if you have not done so already, check out the Wunderkind Show's Patreon. Yes, 3 tiers of content, goodness, waiting for your consumption. Give it a look, give it a try. Let me know what you think. And if you want to donate to the channel, help out with equipment and stuff like that, bottom of the screen, QR codes to a Cash App. Cash App located in the description of every video that we do. And the name of it is $, The Wunderkind Show. Super easy. So once again, this is The Wunderkind Show. This is your host, Nacho, signing off. And as always, you know my slogan. Peace. And I am out of here. Yeah.